Hello and welcome back to your EastEnders spoiler cast for the week beginning the 7th of September. That's right, EastEnders is finally returning to our screens after a long 3-month break, and that means we've got plenty of spoilers to dish out. So, let's get going. First up, after spending a blissful time together in lockdown, Ian's life is quickly turned upside down when he sees the Queen Vic bust is back on the bar, and Sharon lets him know that the police have released all the evidence from the boat crash. This of course includes all the items of Denny's. This news makes Ian a bit hot under the collar as his guilt overwhelms even him. But lucky for Ian, he thinks he's brought Dottie's silence after changing his statement about her dealing drugs. But this doesn't keep Dottie silent for long, as she soon bursts into the Vic and tells Sharon exactly what happened, and Ian's involvement in Dennis's death. So, what will Miss Watts do with this new information? And is her new business arrangement with Ian over before it's even begun? The always marvellous Callum never fails to impress, and that statement is true even over lockdown, because our little Callum has become a policeman overnight, ready to start playing cops and robbers now lockdown is over. And one of his first assignments is to go through the CCTV footage frame by frame, trying to catch out who exactly is involved with that heist with Danny Hardcastle. Sadly, Callum doesn't have to look too far from home when he recognises his other half on camera. Of course, Callum does the sensible and right thing here and hides all the evidence and goes to test Ben about his involvement instead of informing his bosses. Ben of course lies to Callum's face, but is also at the same time expecting Callum to move in with him. Callum of course storms off as usual, but later in the week they both apologise and we are back where we started in this endless Ballum loop we've got going on. Ruby and Martin are now officially a couple after living together over lockdown. Of course, Kat doesn't improve, but Ruby has bigger problems than Kat's judgment because she finds out her identity has been stolen and money has been coming out of her bank account. Lucky for Ruby, Vinny has a great plan of faking a robbery to claim on the insurance on the club. Maybe she should have just hired Ben and Phil to do this, as Vinny gets caught straight away by top security guard Martin Fowler, and he gets chased into the minute mark. Vinny soon calls his family for backup, and when Jags, Suki and Kirat arrive, Martin ends up in trouble. Chantelle is finally ready to divorce Gray, so she sets up a meeting with a rival lawyer firm to get the best chance of leaving him. Sadly for Chantelle, lawyers don't come cheap, and with Gray having total control of her outgoings, she turns to Kirat for some money. Unknown to her, Gray has already shocked Kirat's business to the government, so he's also skint. But he agrees to help her any way he can, but he demands she tells him the truth. So will Chantelle get her divorce, or are the Pannisters going to take matters into their own hands and dispose of Gray now that they know what he's like? With the pub sold, Linda has found herself a job at the laundrette, but Mick is getting itchy feet trying to find himself work. Tina gives him the idea of working at the Prince Albert with her, but when she brings him along for a trial day, Kathy's already there teaching Frankie the ropes. Being the good man he is, Mick leaves the Prince Albert so Frankie can have the job. Later in the week, Tina puts Frankie through her paces to see if she's up for the task. But do we end up seeing a few sparks between the two instead? Oh, and Jags gets upset when he overhears Habiba lie to Ikra about being together because he thinks she's embarrassed by him. And there you go, that was your spoilers for the week beginning the 7th of September. And remember, if you've enjoyed this, we also have a podcast every Sunday where we review the week in full, and then we also have original videos on YouTube every Thursday. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and give a comment below and tell me what you're most looking forward to when EastEnders returns.